Alright, hi Year 12s, this is Mr. Lim here again, and this is our first video on changes of adding a catalyst to equilibrium systems. So let's get started. We're going to go through all of it in one video. It's actually not that much, so let's start. So, changes in catalyst, how does it affect equilibrium? So, we always talk about whether does it change equilibrium constant or the reaction quotient, and this time it does not affect either because changing catalyst, there's no change to equilibrium at all. Right? What happens to the forward and reverse rates of reaction? Right? They will both increase, right? But they will both increase equally, right? Why does it increase? Due to collision theory, okay? Because it lowers activation energy, right? And by providing an alternative reaction pathway, which means a greater proportion, and that word proportion is super important, of particles have sufficient energy, and therefore the frequency of successful collisions will increase because more particles have sufficient energy. Right. So changes in catalyst, what happens to the net reaction? There is no change in the net reaction, which means that they're both equal, so there's no net reaction, because both reactions are increased equally. Okay, so that's what happens when you add a catalyst. Which way does it shift? No shift, because they both change equally. And whilst the final change in rates and yield, right, there will be an increase in the final rates of reaction because, you know, they're going faster. But there'll be no change to the yield because you're not going to have a shift in either direction. Okay, so yes, there's a change in rates of reaction, but there's no changes to yield. All right, when you graph this, the rate of reaction graph is going to look something like this, where it just both goes up, but go up equally and then end up at the same point. All right, and so both rates of reaction increase equally. Okay, there's no change in concentration, so they continue at the same concentrations. You just draw flat lines from there. All right, so that's it. Nice short video on changes to catalyst. It's just the last one that they can throw in just to trick you. All right, adios.